I met with girls who told me that they had attempted to commit suicide. I met with girls who had been diagnosed with depression, with anxiety, with post-traumatic stress disorder by professionals in Sudan. And one of them had even had seizures that had been linked to that post-traumatic stress. Her body was in shock by what had happened to her. So there's many shades of this, but the bottom line is that the suffering does not end when the attack ends, and women and girls and boys who survive these horrific attacks then have to live with the trauma afterwards, and they need support. Data that we have from service providers in Sudan shows us that this is widespread. It has occurred in 9 states, just these 221 rape cases alone, 9 states across the country, including Gadaref, Kassala, Al Jazeera, the Northern State, the River Nile, Khartoum, South Kordofan, and 2 of the Darfur states. And I think this is an example of the fact that this is being used as a weapon of war in Sudan by all parties to the conflict, and no woman or child is safe. Survivors of rape and sexual violence, and also the children that are born out of rape and sexual violence, are often treated poorly by communities, and in some cases ostracized or rejected from communities entirely. And this was something that I heard a lot when I was speaking to survivors in Sudan, that they were afraid of the social stigma that came following what happened to them and what that would mean for their lives. In some cases, that means not being able to seek access to a shelter because the community leading that shelter won't accept them. In some cases, it means being rejected by their family. In other cases, it means not being able to get employment or send their child to school. And so the ramifications are like dominoes, and they continue to fall in many different aspects of these families' lives. We need to make sure that women and girls feel safe in the locations where they are, whether that's an IDP site or a host community. We need to make sure that all of these services that protect people are in place to reduce the risk of sexual violence and respond to it if we're not able to prevent it.